right, live drum practice. We made it to number 40. I feel like that's kind of special, like it's an achievement. So look what we've achieved. If you want to help us make more of these videos and have excellent tablature to go with that, become a member at musicbythemessurespro.com. We appreciate your guys' support. You can look on our website for more details. New sheet music coming out daily, or weekly, I should say, not daily. We're not that fast. And we kind of pride ourselves in just writing higher quality sheet music than most of the other companies around. We'll be doing some videos like that down the road. All right, so this is day 10 on Smells Like Teen Spirit. And probably just going to start with some exercises that I've been coming up with for this song and just getting these kick drums tighter. So 82 was our goal speed that we finished with last. Out of 118 is our full speed that we have to get to down the road. So yes, the only mistake I made last time is not saving my goal speed. So let's do that. And then I want to start this exercise at, let's say 52. So I kind of came up with this the other day because it's just getting those 16th note offbeats, kicks, just tighter. So that E, and it's nice to have a guide for that. So that 1 E and 2. You just really want to hear the relationship between those two. 1 E. Because I can hear even when I'm going... You know, if I can think about it slamming down right after the 1E, 1E, I mean, that's really, I just need to do that enough and I can get up to speed, right? But it's being consistent and owning that I actually understand what my feet are doing, because then when I transfer this idea to another song, it won't take me as much work. The 16th note kick pattern idea will be done. So same thing with that hi-hat. What I've really found too, though, especially after doing 40 of these, the more that you can get confidence in either one appendage, one limb, it transfers over. Like if my kicks really can own that offbeat 16th note idea, well, then all of a sudden my hands don't have to do as much work, and then the tempos are easier to get. So here's the exercise: 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. 4 and yeah, okay. E and 2 E and 3 E. So okay, I can tell you already that's faster than I want to do that exercise. Let's try 44. We'll keep even numbers going. 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now, it's easier for me to go 1 E and 2 than to actually go 1 E, 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 E. In my mind, that would be like the next evolution of this exercise. Now, hopefully, I get this song done before we ever actually get to that next evolution. But, you know, we don't know. It might take me that long to get there. We'll find out. All right, so let's do 44 again. We'll just keep this highlighted the whole time. 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. So really, what I want out of this exercise is an evenness that I'm not getting yet. So it just says that I have to do this exercise. It's a really good one. And maybe this will carry over into some other songs. So I want it to sound like 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. Should be able to line up perfectly with a click on that. I'm not so far. And again, anytime you introduce a new idea, it takes a while to get down. So I feel like it has to right away. And 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. speed it up a little bit. So just 16th notes, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4, and. Let's go up a 2. And 3 E, and 4, and 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4, and 1 E, and 2. 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4, and. Fifth to 6. Just gonna keep doing this, keep going. Just a chill Saturday night. 2 E, and you might say to yourself, Luke, you clearly have a lot of friends. You're really busy hanging out with a bunch of people on a Saturday night. I get it. I see that. And 2 E, and 4, and 1 E, and 2. Truth is, I'd rather practice probably than most things in my life. So I want to break into the actual beat, but I don't think 56 is the speed I want to do that. So we'll do a couple at 60 and then break into the beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Just noticed. Made a little mistake on my one stream. We're gonna fix this in a minute, guys. It has a really weird view. Nobody's watching right now, so do you think even if you guys were watching, still probably be fine with this? All right, let's we need a drum live. What's that one? All right, that is a much better look. I mean, you know, it's all cool. We start with the other one. All right, We are back. Really didn't go anywhere, but we're still back. All right. 60 with the beat. 1 E and a 2 E and so yeah, those 16th notes were not great, by the way. That's what I was going to talk about, and then I saw myself on the screen all miscombobulated. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Now, I've said this 1,000 times in these 40 streams that I've done, and obviously other instruments as well. Dude, just spend a little bit of time on 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. And so I may not by any means be a great drummer, piano player, guitarist, singer, but I'm good at understanding and this is why I've been a good teacher for multiple years. Understanding how to like teach other people how to play this. I'm like, I don't fucking know how to play this, but I can teach you how to do it. And then through that, I just became halfway good at all the instruments. Never mastered anything. And really, the journey of where I'm currently at in life is I want to not master, but just get so damn good. And clearly, I'm a far ways away from it. But this idea, just this 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and like I've never had a drum lesson. I've had a couple with a friend of mine. Very informal. I think we would do things like that, but it's just, I don't know. I haven't been around enough other teachers, and I think that's a disservice of myself. Like I should probably get some lessons and get feedback from other people and see how they would tackle it. These concepts I really like, and I'll be doing more videos on these down the road, especially as I get some more time going in my life. But what I noticed the second I start playing this actual beat, it was tight as shit at 60. It wasn't tight with the exercise. And so there's that give and take of like, should it be that tight? I mean, ideally it would be. I don't know why this is rough, and then as soon as I go to like, why is that tight and that wasn't? These are good questions somebody should answer. I think I have some hypotheses, but we're not gonna worry about it now. And I think it's gonna be a year a year on all instruments doing stuff very much like this, and then breaking down into exercises like here's this part. And even as I was playing this, probably why I wasn't playing in time, because I was thinking about other things, which is a problem of mine. But thinking about like, man, I gotta get into it, figure out, stay with this song long enough to come up with these good ideas of how to teach it. It's one thing to learn it to teach yourself. It's another thing to learn it to be able to digest it and give it to somebody else. That's a challenge for people. And myself, challenge for myself. 1 E and 2 E and So it was tight, and then it was shit. Let's speed it up. So we're going to do the exercise and try to jump into it right away. One and two. Another funny thing to point out, and things that I think we could all fix and work on. How I approach this differently if I'm not doing a kick. When I do it with a kick, I'm much more herky-jerky. A lot of it, and here's my breakdown of it, it's going to help me long-term. I'm not going to figure it out right now. I'm just going to give this convoluted mess of a response. Part of it is because on that upstrum of my hand is the downbeat of my feet, if that makes any sense to you or to myself. Right, because he's gearing up to play. And yeah, I don't even have to say more. He's gearing up to play. So it's just making sure that his gear up to play is not getting impeded. But you can clearly see it affects my hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... What, put them on the same beat. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and... may not be I don't know. This is interesting. Some guys just sitting here doing this for 15 minutes. For me, I'm figuring out the process of how to learn this. I'm also figuring out the process of these 16th notes on this guy right here, Mr. Leg. 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 4 and 1 E and a. See, now I'm falling apart. 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. All right, we're gonna move faster tempos. We'll try the exercise every time. It'd make it worse. Like here, it's hard for me to hear these upbeats. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Right? It's just, they start coming together. So we're going to leave that exercise and try to get into this. And then every day, every day within reason. Like, I'm going to have to quit the song within 5 days. Otherwise, I'll drive myself and you guys are crazy. It's getting the, so we had 64 BPM as this idea. 68 I'm not able to do. Now, if we get that up to maybe 80, right? All of a sudden, I probably could play the song at 118, just doing that exercise and then bring it to the hi-hat. So it's getting that tempo up with just simplistic exercise and then putting it together in the context of the beat. 3 E and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. And 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. So a little new idea, and I think this would work in reverse as well. 1 E, just really hearing where that kick has to land. It's so easy for me to be sloppy on either of the kicks and then just not be able to play it well. So I'd love to be able to go 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E. Well, 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a. Then I'd also love to be able to do 1. So, brain. 1 E, 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4 and 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4. And so there's like 3 good exercises. Now, if I can remember them, I think that would actually make some good practice videos for other people to work on, especially my students. So I had a student that played this at the recital. I thought he did really, really good. Like, he was nervous. His foot, I mean, he's like 10, so like it's not very fair to like, I don't know, criticize him too much. Like, he needs help with his foot. I need help with my foot. I can probably pull this off at like 100 almost. No, I've only done 80, 82, 85. So the fact that he did it at, he did a little bit slower than full speed. He did it like at 109. He did good. He had fun. It's kind of how I would judge that. All right, 60, let's do 70. Let's go up by a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. All right, let's 74. So again, we only have 82 to beat. Now I don't feel like these are all just the tightest I've ever played this. So it might be a day that we just play things a little bit looser than we should. And a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and right. By right I mean shit. All right, here's my plan. We're warming up on this. We can play it at 74. Was it good? No, it wasn't. So we're gonna leave this. It's kind of my new concept. Like hit it twice. So this is my warm up, getting the tempo up a little bit. Don't be obsessive about it right now, because I don't think if I was obsessive, we're not gonna get that many more gains out of it. We're not gonna bring it to 82, or if we do, we're gonna be bloody and beaten for it. So let's go to this beat. And I know how to practice this beat. So 76 again was our tempo. We just need to put these numbers somewhere else. So 76 is still our tempo, but I really want to work on this connection here. 1, a 2. When I play the 3 or the 2, a 3, E, and a. If I play that tight, I'll play all of it tight. The 1, 2, really doesn't bother me. The 4 and I can rush sometimes, but for the most part, it's the 2, 3, E. It's not like at faster tempos. I don't hear those 16th notes well, especially on that snare by itself, on both of them. So it's just really, again, it's the same idea. Taking it at a tempo, slower speeds, doing that enough so your brain really gets acclimated to it, and then slowly speeding that up. So let's go so slow. So it's going to be 2 and 3. So first, I want to kind of bring it back to what I did yesterday. 2, 3. Just really getting tight on that 3. Then as soon as I feel like I have ownership of the 3, you're bringing in the E. So it's 2 E and 3 E. 2 E, 2 E and 3 E. As soon as you got that, then you just put in the end up. And I really want to spend some time. I used the word really about 7 times in those last 2 sentences. I want to end with a good, relaxed kick. Foot on the floor. So, I'm kind of doing a double. I'm doing my version of what I think a double is. Someday I'll have to get a lesson and somebody will tell me, you're close. It's close to being a double. For me, it means I'm ending relaxed and ready to hit that 8th note kick. Which is, again, why we want to pick a slower tempo to start with. A 2 E and 1, a 3. So it's 2, a 3. 2 E and 3 E and 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 2 3 E and 2. Now, it'd be nice to play that in time with the slower metronome. Didn't happen. Did not happen a lot. Sometimes it's going up to faster tempos. It'll be a little bit easier for you. Or me. It might be easier for me. A 2 E and a 1, a 2, 1, a 2. All right, let's speed it up by 4s. So same thing, just really trying to get a better understanding of 16th notes. And hold it all together. A 2 E and a 1, a 2 E and a 1. So when we get closer to 76, we'll start doing like the whole measure after every time. But let's do 58 first. All right, let's do 62. Do a couple of the full beat, which gives my foot just a little bit of a rest, or a little bit of a change up. One, a 2, a 3 E and a 4, and 1, a 2, a 3 E and a 4, and thing is I heard it with the click. Those 16th notes just perfect, right? It's much easier for me to click something out than it is for me to put my kick in there, all the different appendages in different places. The minute I played it with the kick in that snare in there, you could just hear the sloppiness. So that would be a hard loop to do, is just 3E and 3E and 3E and yeah, probably not the loop for me. Let's do 64. Yeah, let's do the whole thing. Oh, in that case, let's do 66. Four and 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and I got one good tight one out of that one, and then it wasn't. So I'm thinking the same thing. About 30 minutes in, I just want today to be a chill one, so probably not going to work on those drum fills today that I've been working on at the end of the chorus. So we're just going to hit this. We're going to do this for a little bit. You can kind of see the vibe is chill today. It's more just showing up and getting good practice in more than anything else is my desire out of today's session. It's better than skipping another day of drums. Better to just do one, get it in, fix some couple things, work on some mechanic stuff, and then come back tomorrow and work on some more. All right, so we're just jump into 74, the part that we did before, and I'll do this for 5 or 6 minutes, and the part that we were just at, 5 or 6 minutes, and call to practice. 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2. So what I want to do a minute, just get these eighth notes. Really have ownership of them, so then when I put these kicks in, hopefully they're not sloppy as shit. Two, three, four, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and some of them were there. All right, we're going to try faster. So 82 is our goal to beat. Which just really means we need a couple in there that if I could play it once with the metronome at 82 and don't feel like, if I get like a B+, that's the goal. That's how we pass. B pluses. And a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and so my flams were all weird, but I think everything else is pretty good. Just they don't feel like they're flamming. really am now digging the idea of this exercise. It helps me hear that bada, bada, bada. Now, it'd be great, again, if I could do that offbeat version of it. I think down the road I can probably build this from scratch and do that. I just would need to start at a slower tempo. But just hearing that 1E, 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 1E really helps me get the tightness that I want, and then it's easier for me to launch into the 1E, into 2E, into 3, into 4, So much so that I think we go faster. Now, I want to point out the fact that I left this part when I should have left this part, right? It's easy for me to practice a section too long, like one section for an hour. It's better to move to something else. You've already gotten some input. You want your body to rest, you want your brain to rest in the idea, and then you come back to it later. And that's when you have the better gains. 1E into 2E into 3 into 4 and 1E. 3, 4. So it's like there were some good ones in there. Actually, I think most of it was pretty good. I think that's a B+ material right there. And my foot started going on autopilot, which was really fun. It's almost like not dangerous in an actual dangerous way, but like the autopilot is, I'm trusting it to follow. Yeah, like this is what a drummer probably feels like, and it feels like sometimes when I'm on guitar, not all the time, but sometimes when I'm on guitar, like I just know where to go and know how to go there. That has not often been the case with drums. It has not been the case with drums. Let's just say it that way. 1E, 2E, 3, 4, and 1E into 2E into 3. Want to get that 8th note right. 1E into 2E into 3 into 4 and 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can hear it. It's almost there. I'm excited that we're at 86 because 86 is closer to 118. I don't know if you guys can do math. That's how it usually works. The numbers get bigger and then you go up in speed. Let's try 88. Probably not maintainable, as you saw me fall off the rails a little bit with that last one, but at least like we're playing with faster tempos. 1E into 2E into 3 into 4 and shit. Easy for me to obviously do that last one wrong. 1E into 2E into 3 into 4 and that felt good. I think where I'm at, like that one, I felt like there were some that were tight enough, right? But oftentimes I'm teaching a student, they're like, well, I can't possibly play this slow. And I'm like, well, that's because you don't know it. And it's easy to play sloppy fast and think that you're in time. And that's where I've been the past couple days with this one, right? Like I'd start approaching these numbers and be like, I can't. I know I'm a good enough musician to know that I'm not in time, but not a good enough musician to play it in time, if that makes any sense. One, 2, 3, 4. So there's for sure some sloppiness, but I'm just going to push this tempo as fast as I can get it. Let's go by 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4. Something happened with the camera, something happened with me on the metronome. Probably just off of it enough that I was fighting it. Two, three, four. And that's probably fast enough for me today. I'm probably pushing my ability farther than it can go. All right, let's see if we can just tighten this up a little bit more and get this up to speed. We're just going to play the whole measure a couple times. Let's do 70. Let's do 74. It's always a good idea. 70 was bad. Let's go faster. 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and and 3 and a 4 and same idea. We're just trying to hear that kick. Like, not for me, it's hear and feel. I get a different sensation when I'm not putting the hands with it. That helps me clean it up. And then try to do the exact same thing with the hands. 1, a 2, 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1, a 2. So you can hear, it's easy for me to put that kick drum on the 2 instead of the of 1. 1E and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and a 2. Gets it 1, a 2, 1, a 2, a 3 and a 4 and there was something there that worked. I feel like I might have done 82 in this section before, so it might not be as big of an achievement. So we should keep our scores here. Recent score, high score. 94 is the new high score in that section. It's a little bit more fun if you make it a video game. 82 is about to be the new high score. There might have been a 76. There might have been an 82 as well before. 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1E and a 2 and 3. You just hear that 16th note and kick drum combination's not happening. Two, 3, 4. Now, I do wonder, we're going to leave that because I'm just not going to go on the other section, so I can, even though I said I was only going to do like 5 minutes on each side, we'll just keep going. Let's try this at 94 again. Actually, let's try this at a new record of 96. I have a short attention span, our memory, our both, so it's good for me to just put that somewhere else so I have it. So I really feel like the key for me is hearing that tightness of that 1E, 2E, 3E, 4, and 1E, 2E, and then bringing it out through the entire measure. That's fast. 2, 3, 4. Now, I would actually have to record that and see if are those 16th notes even in time. Like, it's incomprehensible for me. Now, I played it. I didn't completely fall off the rails, so I feel like, you know, it probably counts. But it'd be nice to, like, play it and own it. And the trick for that is after we get to 118, which is full speed, we'll push it to, like, 125 and then bring it back to 118 and then 126 and 118 and just kind of do that back and forth and just... It's the same thing right now. We're at 96 right now. If I jump back to 76, 76 is going to be the easiest thing for me to play in time and to keep tight. So you just keep pushing your tempos. It's not that different from lifting weights. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4, and... Let's try 99. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4, and 1E. Nah, the kick is just being shitty. But there was probably that first one wasn't terrible. 1E, 2E, 3, 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4 and... Alright, I think 99's our record, and I'm fine with that. It could probably go to 98 and count that as a little bit more in time. So let's see if we can get this number up just a little bit more before we're done tonight. So 82 is the record. It's best to gamify your practice because you might actually keep doing it for an hour. Like, for sure, I would be done right now with practice if it wasn't for, like, playing with these numbers and making them higher and lower and shit like that and trying to figure out, like, a puzzle to get them together. For me, that makes practice way more enjoyable. 20 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and... Now, the funny thing is this kick, just running through that kick idea has not made this beat that much tighter for me. Lately, these tempos. 2, 3... 1, a 2, 3 and a 4 and 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and... So I really feel... I'll give myself 84 as the new high score. You know, it's a B. It's a B. That's all. I'm not an A student. I will never be one. But I really feel like the fix to this tomorrow is, man, I don't know. Just probably need another day. I really feel like I just need to spend a lot of time going... Shit, I'm here. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's going to be slow. All right. So what I want to do, it can be here. It doesn't really matter. Let's try 40. What I would like to be able to do, because it's two different things that are getting me. It's the 16th note, you know, that if I was playing guitar, I call this the up strum, right? The 3E. So what I'd like to be able to do is actually go 3E, 3E and a, so it'd be 3E and a, 3E and a, 3E and a. Then, I don't even know if this makes sense to anybody else, and it doesn't probably make sense yet to me either. Then I'd like to go E and a, 3 E and a, and do that whilst with the metronome is going to be a very challenging thing for me to do. Right? The idea is to make a loop, but also to like really work on these mechanics of, okay, who's at fault of why I can't play this? Is it the and Is it the E? And this is just kind of taking a deep dive into your mechanics more than anything else. And 4E, 3E, 3 E and 3 E and 3 E and I do find it very interesting how I like to rest my hand, which is not a great technique. Right? I go. Oftentimes, you'll see drummers do that all the time. But I do notice that when I went 3 E and right, my hand was lifting. Probably paying too much attention to these things. But I would like to train my body to always keep my hand here. Think about, so there'd be a 3 E, a 3 E, a 3 E, a 3 E. So you can tell right there is something I need to work on as well. So what we're going to do a minute, just for a hot minute, we're going to bring this to 44. We're going to try to get that a 3 E. So one thing that I want to work on before I work on anything else, and I'll pick the rest of this up tomorrow, is 2 E and a 3 E. 2 E and a 3 E. 2 E and a 3 E and I can tell you already, it's gonna fix it. It's just not gonna fix it tonight. And a 3 E and 2 E and a 3 E and 2 E and a 3 E and a 3 E and 2 E and a 3 E and All right, let's try that a little faster. And a 3 E and 2 E and 3 E and 2 E and two, a 3 E, 2, a 3 E. All right, it's just for fun. Try this at 80. Let's do 88. This will be 4 over. Let's see. Might come. Might just, by zooming in for like 5 or 6 minutes, I do this a lot. Sometimes fixes it, sometimes doesn't. Sometimes I'll talk about it fixing it and it does it worse. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and 1, a 2. I would call that a passing grade. Where that one was very rushed. A 2, a 3, and a 4, and 1, a 2. So, I think tomorrow, I just got to start with both those exercises. We got to faster tempos, 88 and 99. Pretty excited about that. Because we're only like 20 to... We're literally 19 away. The 99 is only 19 BPM away, so we're like 20 BPM away from both of them. Getting to full speed. All right. Well, guys, if you enjoyed me struggling, you can do that a lot. You can become a member at Music by the Marshes Pro. We have great sheet music for you guys. We try to cultivate the best sheet music humanly possible, and learn from our mistakes and write better and better sheet music. So, and it helps support us making more video content like this. So thank you guys, and you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll talk to you all soon.